you tuned in, you are just out of this world excited because you're in for this crazy episode. The Red Circle here today.
Crazy episode.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're talking about personality types.
Yes.
I don't know if that's crazy.
No.
It may not be that crazy.
It's interesting.
But it's interesting. Yeah, so you get to know us, and then we're going to talk about what the heck we're going to talk about for the rest of this whole podcast, YouTube show, whatever we're going to call this thing. We just made it up. And I'm sure you're excited about watching this made-up show.
I feel like that's what podcast and YouTube is. It's just people just doing random stuff.
I just wanted people to kind of be able to get inside of our crazy brains, because I think a lot of people don't have the conversations that I have all the time. Like when I have them with people, I always get that like dead stare, like,
yeah.
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah. I
did say that because I've thought about it and I've thought it all the way through and I'm correct. At least I think I'm correct.
And I am right.
Like I don't know, that's just how I think. Like most people, like I think I say it because, so maybe this is the weird thing that I do is I'll go to people and I'll say that and I'll get the reaction, and then most people will defend why I'm wrong, and then I'll dismantle that if I can, or it may just fall on the wayside, and then maybe I don't think that anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that. So. But after like 15 people, I feel like I'm right. You know what I mean? After I've taken it to 15 people and they were like, they don't have nothing. You know, they bring up the same one that everybody else brings up. That, you know, like movies and music and, you know, society has kind of ingrained in them to think this way. And I'm like, I don't think you should think that way because this. And they're like, I've never heard that before. What is this thought? And they don't know how to deal with it. And then it kind of builds off of that. So I'm like, oh, I got a brick, and then I put it there. You know what I mean? And then I can just build these different trains of thoughts, and then if people can't dismantle them, you know. But every now and then you'll meet somebody and it'll make you think.
Oh yeah.
You ever had that happen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you just meet people and they're like coming out of another angle, and you're like, whoa, I hadn't thought about that. And like, maybe I shouldn't think that way. And then you kind of go back and reformulate.
I think that's the beauty of conversation. And I think we're losing that a lot nowadays with social media, with cancel culture. Like, you can't have a bad idea, because if you do, you get canceled. Yeah. You should be able to have conversations. And a lot of times it's like a mix of this and that, and then comes together for like a stronger idea.
I think people are just too easily offended.
So offended.
And I think it's because, I hate to say it, but I think it's because most people have been raised by their moms. And there's no strong male in the family, which kind of brings this other sense of self-value. Like even to my girls and my boy, like, so to go back to like, we're like way off topic, but go back to like Moses's time, not Moses, but Abraham, that and Jacob and these guys, and there was a certain time in their life where they would go to their father, and their father would put their hand on them and bless them and speak over their life. Yeah. Right? It was like a ceremony. I want to do that, actually, to be honest with you. I want to recreate that, and I do it somewhat to my kids purposely, and I'll go to them and I'll be like Addie, and Addie's very sensitive, so I'll speak over her heart, and I'll speak over her, and I'll be like, it's like, you are beautiful and gorgeous and this, and I'm speaking over her purposely with the authority that God gave me as the father to speak over them. And you see it also in Jesus's life. It's very interesting. Most people never caught this. So Jesus goes to the River Jordan. He meets John the Baptist. John the Baptist is baptizing people. He sees Jesus, and he's like, oh. He's like, there's the person that I told you about, in whose sandals I'm not worthy to untie, right? So then Jesus goes in there, and he's like, hey, baptize me. And he's like, I can't, I'm not supposed to. And he's like, do it. You know? So John the Baptist baptizes Jesus, right? But I say all that to say this part. So when he gets baptized, then you see the Trinity. the Holy Spirit fell, right? Everybody else that was getting baptized before, it would fall and then it would leave. But in Jesus, it fell and it remained, right? And then you hear from the clouds the Father, and the Father spoke over Jesus. And he says, he's like, behold my Son in whom I'm well pleased, right?
Yeah.
I think he says, my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased. In a sense saying, like what every boy wants to hear from their dad.
Yeah.
He's the apple of my eye. This is my son, and I cherish him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
And I think every kid wants that from their father. I'm not saying they don't want it from their mother.
Yeah.
But it makes a big difference.
It does. The relationship's different, and it really does. Yeah.
Like you want to please your father.
Yeah.
Right?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Your experience, even as a female, it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference between like the unconditional love of a mother and the father's love is very different. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't really define the difference, but it is. It's tangible.
Yeah.
We all know it.
It is.
We all have daddy issues.
Yeah.
Right? We all have daddy issues, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And because of the breakup of the family and the loss of all of that structure, and we just throw it away, you know, like loosely, thinking that it's not going to affect anything, and then society's just going to hell in a handbasket, and nobody's like, I don't know why it's going on, you know. It's the Democrats, the Republicans, it's this, it's that, and I'm like, you just destroyed the family unit, which has been in existence since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
You know, and women are like, I don't need men. Men are like, I don't need women. And we're like, maybe we should rethink this path that we're going down to destruction before we just throw it out.